it is that they came to know that it was stolen is unclear. But they are the ones that called the LAPD, and then the LAPD got behind the tow truck, tried to pull it over, but of course failed to yield, and the pursuit was on. Now that's pretty much where we picked it up. We were over that tow truck when it was in vehicle pursuit, and then the driver of that tow truck got out of the tow truck and onto this bike. Now, how the bike comes into play, that's unclear, whether he owns it, whether a friend dropped it off so he could jump off of it, jump onto it. But essentially, we saw it in the middle of the street, and he was able to just quickly get on it and take off. So at this point, it's unclear if it is stolen or not. I highly doubt it the way he's riding it. It really seems like he is quite familiar with this bike and is continuing here now on Sunland Boulevard here in Shadow Hills. Now we do have the NBC4 News at 11 o'clock coming up here in the next 15 minutes. When that does start, if this pursuit is still going, we will be airing that on your televisions, NBC4, Channel 4 here in Los Angeles. Of course, we'll continue to stream here, NBCLA.com, Roku TV, Apple TV, and Fire TV. If you have a smart television and you'd like to download any of those apps and watch us on your smart TV, you're welcome to do that. It's all free. Just search for NBCLA on all of those platforms. And we continue to follow this pursuit here, Sunland, in the Shadow Hills area. I'm going to just quickly say a few words for our sister station, Telemundo, as we're also streaming on Telemundo 52. And as soon as I'm done, we'll resume our coverage in English. Or if something dramatic happens, I'll revert back to English real quick. Buenas noches desde el helicóptero. Yo soy Eliana Moreno reportando sobre una persecución policíaca que ahora se encuentra en el área de Sun Valley, aquí en el Valle de San Fernando. La policía de la ciudad de Los Ángeles de la división Foothill está persiguiendo a este motociclista, no por robarse la motocicleta, pero por haberse robado otro vehículo en el área de Pacoima, donde empezó esta persecución. Y cuando nosotros llegamos a la persecución, el conductor todavía estaba en ese otro vehículo, pero se bajó de ese vehículo y se subió a esta motocicleta. Y como pueden ver, las velocidades aquí son altas en las calles de Sun Valley, en la Boulevard Sunland, corriendo a 80 millas por hora. Es obviamente una situación muy peligrosa. La policía de la ciudad de Los Ángeles sigue persiguiendo al motociclista, pero solo desde el aire usando el helicóptero. Reportando desde el helicóptero desde Sun Valley, yo soy Eliana Moreno, Telemundo 52. Hey, back with you guys here in English. Thank you for allowing me to do that real quick for our sister station, Telemundo. And we continue here, Sunland Boulevard in the Sun Valley area. We're going over the freeway there. That's the 5 freeway. So that was his chance to get on the 5. He take it and is going to continue here on surface streets instead. We're getting ever so close to Burbank Airport. I've got it out my side of the helicopter. Harry at the controls here of News Chopper 4 doing a great job of keeping up with this motorcycle because it's really not easy. These are high speeds. The speeds we see now are actually some of the slowest speeds that we've seen yet. But he continues here. No units behind him, but the airship overhead. Oh, cross traffic, cross traffic. Wow, just barely missed hitting that vehicle. Vineland through Stag here in Sun Valley. They're going to allow the ground units to re-engage because of the air traffic situation, so because of Burbank Airport. Officers are afraid that the airship's not going to be able to stay over the motorcycle because of traffic landing at Burbank. So for that reason, they're allowing the units to re-engage. So we'll see if we do see some patrol units get behind the motorcyclists now. But Vineland at Leadville in Sun Valley. And I'll tell you, motorcycle chases are really tough to follow. I've been working in the news helicopter now for 12 years, and I can only count at least like 5 pursuits that I've been able to get involving a motorcycle, because normally motorcycles that are involved in pursuits are able to get away just because they are able to travel at such high speeds and weave in and out of traffic, really just things that the patrol units cannot do. In this case, though, the airship was already overhead when the guy jumped on the motorcycle, so that's why he's been able to keep tabs from the air, and we were overhead when he jumped on the motorcycle as well, so we've been able to continue to track him as he now continues here into North Hollywood. I'm hearing that they may possibly be terminating. I don't want to say it for sure. I'm still going to continue to monitor and see what they say. But of course, it's obviously a very dangerous chase, and officers are trying to protect lives. And in this case, it may be in their best interest just to let this guy go if it means he's going to slow down and stop endangering people. But we'll keep an eye on him, and we'll see if the units re-engage. But I'll just continue to monitor the LAPD scanner. I'm listening to it on Foothill Division. For those of you who have a scanner at home and you want to listen, it's working on LAPD Foothill was where I last heard it, and I did hear that they were possibly going to cancel. So we'll keep an ear on that and keep our eyes on the motorcycle. NOC, will you reset the IFB? Do it again, Tim. It's just overmodulated. Much better, thank you. Going through a parking lot here. Oh, there's some pedestrians there. Wow. So he's right out your side, Harry. Perfect. Okay, maybe turning into another residential neighborhood here. Okay, he's out onto Lancashire and Oswego. Yep, behind the apartments. He just came out, yep. And maybe going into an underground parking structure. Of course you are, because that means we can't see you. The airship can't see you. He is just off of Oswego and Fair. We'll see if he pops right out. There's the airship night sun shining its light. He went into that underground parking just off of Oswego. Otsego and Fair Avenue. We saw him going into that underground parking structure. Airship sees him, though. That's why, or sees the apartment complex at least, and that's why you see the night sun there. Yeah, underground parking, the airship says. So he says it's out of our sight right now, and if it's out of the airship site, it's out of ours too. So what I'm actually going to do is, since we know he's in this structure, I'm going to send the earlier footage of the pursuit. I don't know if you guys can hear me. If you can, then what you're seeing here is how the pursuit began. So Jack says 10-4, you do see it. Great. So let's summarize what we're seeing here. This is how the pursuit began. It was a tow truck that was believed to be stolen. LAPD gave chase, and the rider that we saw on the motorcycle is the person driving this tow truck. And so there's going to be a point here coming up in the next minute or so where you're going to see Okay, copy that. Okay, copy that, Jack. Okay, copy that. Back with you guys here online. Jack Noyes there at the assignment desk was just giving me the information in regards to what we're going to do for the NBC4 News at 11 o'clock coming up here in the next few minutes. In the meantime, what you're seeing here is the tow truck portion of the chase. And should be coming up here pretty soon because we didn't follow him for too long. Actually, it's coming up right now. So what you're going to see is the tow truck's going to come to a stop. The driver door is going to open. He's going to hop out and hop on that bike. And you'll notice this wasn't a carjacking situation. There was nobody else on that bike. He didn't push anyone off. He just simply jumped on and rolled away. And that is where we picked up the pursuit. And you saw it here live, streaming on NBCLA.com, the motorcycle portion of the chase. So that is essentially where we picked things up. So I'm going to move back to our live shot now so that you guys can see what we're looking at now. You should be seeing the apartment where the search continues for that rider in that pursuit. Let's see. I can, Booth. Go ahead. Booth, go ahead. I gotcha. Yeah, we've got 7 and 9 here, Harry. I gotcha. Go ahead, Booth. North Hollywood, yes. Yeah, so we're in North Hollywood. They're looking for the guy. Yes, correct. Wanted for Grand Theft Auto. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. Harry, are we able to hold on this side for a hit? Can we hold on this side for the hit? Yeah, so go ahead and do one more orbit, and then if you could park on this side. You can? Yeah, so we can see the opening, but even this would work too, because we can see all the cop cars. But yeah, I think maybe if we could just see the opening, that would be better. Yeah, go around one more time, and then, okay. Yeah, go around one more time. We have like 2 minutes. Okay, copy that. 3 minutes out. You'll see the night sun. It's the building closer to us, with like the T-shaped. Okay, perfect. So yeah, like right around here. Yes, 11201, Jack. 11201 on Otsego. Otsego. Okay, copy that. Rehearsal. Okay, copy that. 30 seconds. North Hollywood, yes. Chuck and Carolyn, it did not. It actually started as a tow truck pursuit, but then became a motorcycle chase. But where we're at now is where LAPD officers are continuing their search for that driver and also rider, because he was on that motorcycle. We're at Otsego and Fair Avenue here in North Hollywood. And when we last spotted that rider, he had gone into that underground parking structure, and officers have located the bike, but they have not located the rider. This, of course, is a pursuit, though, that started in North Hollywood when officers were in pursuit of a possible stolen tow truck. And during that pursuit, somehow that driver got onto a running motorcycle, and then the pursuit was really on, going as much as 106 miles an hour on surface streets through the Sun Valley and Tahunga area. A number of close calls, but fortunately no accidents until he finally pulled into this apartment complex where the search continues. That is the latest here from North Hollywood in News Chopper 4. Let's send it back down to you in the studio. It was incredible to see that happen, Jack, or I'm sorry, Chuck. It was running, so it's not a situation where we believe that that it was a carjacking situation. It seems like somebody had left the motorcycle there for him, if he hadn't already left it there for himself before any of this started. So it's unclear how he got a hold of that, but that is the motorcycle that he used to lead officers on this chase. Simon Desk, are we free to go to Downey? Cool, we're going. I had you on my mind, Jack, so I said Jack on the air, but we will go to Downey. Yeah, we are. We're going to try to get to the procession.